Good morning, everyone. I'm a little late today, so my grandson was already out here with me. We were talking about the day, what we were going to do, and it was kind of funny. on, on Friday, while my daughter was already gone to London, England, yes, and she's having a great time. She's there for work. But I guess it was the weekend, so today we'll start. Oh, here comes back with a blanket. It is kind of cool. And we had a
t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah, we had a screaming session on Friday in the house, so we could because Mom wasn't here, right?
Working. We're gonna have it today.
We could have it today, and now we're waiting for my older granddaughter to come.
I'm the son who for London too.
Yes. Okay. So walk is on the. The walk is on the list, and I have my walking stick now, and it's really working. I can go much faster. It's amazing how a walking stick makes a difference. Kind of cool. Then we're also going to go, the water is down in the creek, so we weren't allowed to go there because Mom was worried because we had a lot of rain. Water was really high down there. Yeah, things can happen, and I'm not as fast as I used to be. Grabbing children out of a pond or a lake, which I had to do with Uncle Ishi one time. We went and visited somewhere, and there was a big old koi pond, and the kids were all just kind of hunkering around and watching the fish. And here I'm turning around to talk to someone, literally, and I'm hearing this plop, and sure enough, there's my son, about 3 years old, in the pond. So I had to jump in too. They weren't so deep. It was deep enough for him, but not me. So I had to jump in, and and I had just a baby too. Yeah, so he was just two something, and had to jump into that koi pond, and grab him out. Yeah. So it happens. Yes. Yeah. Then after that, I was a little worried. I hope I'm not going to get an infection. Still healing up from having had a baby. Well, anyway, I just remembered that. So, but creek's down. We can go and walk the creek. And I've got my walking stick, so I can go in there too. It's a little rocky, isn't it, in there? You have to be really careful not to fall.
But it's still pretty beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. Yeah. Did you guys catch any crawdads with that net? No.
It was too flooded.
It was what?
Too flooded.
Too flooded. Well, the creek's down now. Oh yeah, you guys did go down there for just a short while though. Anyway, so there it is. I'm back here again. Yes, another week with my beautiful grandchildren. Yes, and of course Ben's friend. They did get their weekend together, or a sleepover, and it went well as I could hear. Okay, let's get going here. We are in, that's a short one. The book of Tobit, 7, super chapter 7, Raguel. As they entered Ecbatana, Tobias said, "Brother Azarias, take me at once to our brother Raguel's." And he showed him the way to the house of Raguel, whom they found sitting beside his courtyard door. They greeted him first, and he replied, "Welcome and greetings, brothers." And he took them into his house. He said to his wife Edna, "How like my brother Tobit this young man is." Edna asked them where they came from. They said, "We are sons of Naphtali, exiled in Nineveh." "Do you know our brother Tobit?" "Yes, how is he?" "He is alive and well," and Tobias added, "He is my father." Raguel leapt to his feet and kissed him and wept. Then finding words, he said, "Blessings on you, child. You are the son of a noble father. How sad it is that someone so bright and full of good deeds should have gone blind." He fell on the neck of his kinsman Tobias and wept, and his wife Edna wept for him, and so did his daughter Sarah. Raguel killed a ram from the flock, and they gave them a warm welcome. They washed and bathed and sat down to table. And here she comes. Hi, honey. Then Tobias said to Raphael, Brother Azarias, will you ask Raguel to give me my sister Sarah? Raguel overheard the words and said to the young man, Eat and drink and make the most of your evening. No one else has the right to take my daughter Sarah, no one but you, my brother. In any case, even I am not at liberty to give her to anyone else, since you are here next of kin. However, my boy, I must be frank with you. I have tried to find a husband for her 7 times among our kinsmen, and all of them have died the first evening on going to her room. But for the present, my boy, eat and drink. The Lord will grant you his grace and peace. Tobias spoke out, I will not hear of eating and drinking till you have come to a decision about me. Raguel answered, Very well, since by the prescription of the book of Moses she is given to you, heaven itself decrees she shall be yours. I therefore entrust your sister to you. From now on you are here, brother, and she is your sister. Type of words. Okay, again, at that time they may have meant just relatives or kinsmen, or right, rather than what we know as actual brother and sister. Yeah, she is given to you from today for forever. The Lord of heaven favor you tonight, my child, and grant you his grace and peace. Raguel called for his daughter Sarah, took her by the hand. Oh, what you got there? Oh, no. Makes my... Yeah, that's nice you're sharing. No, I can talk for hours and hours and I'm fine, but I chew a little gum and my jaw starts to hurt, my cheeks start to hurt. Raguel called for his daughter Sarah, took her by the hand and gave her to Tobias with these words, I entrust her to you. The law and the ruling recorded in the book of Moses assign her to you as your wife. Take her, bring her home safe and sound to your father's house. The God of heaven grant you a good journey in peace. Then he turned to her mother and asked her to fetch him writing paper. He drew up the marriage contract and... What is it?
Coyote! It's right there! Look, come here.
Oh yeah. Holy cow, that's a big one.
No, just one.
That was a big cow. Oh.
It was like bigger than a deer.
That was...
Oh
You sure that was a coyote?
I'm positive it had ears, it had a tail. I swear that was a coyote.
It was not a wolf?
It might have been. No, it was a coyote. It had
Man,
coyote
that was
ears.
a big coyote.
It had coyote ears.
That was a big... I mean, I saw what I saw from here. That was huge. Well...
I didn't realize. He went into those bushes, so just be careful. Remember one time came
Yeah, are we going down to the creek? Yes, we are. It was a big. That was. She just saw a coyote, and it was big. It looked bigger than baby.
Show them where we live. So
It looked bigger than baby.
show them where we live, so we can tell them.
Well,
That's where they are.
yeah. Well, it's already gone, so I'm not going to move the tablet here.
It might come back out.
It might. Well, if you guys why don't you guys walk kind of down that way? Just
Okay.
Just go along the fence. Don't just go along the fence. And I mean, if it ran away just by us seeing it, then I doubt it's here to attack anyone. There are a lot of rabbits here, so which we see early in the morning as well. So I'm not surprised that he's coming around here looking for food. But again, it's where we live here. Last year we saw one too, a much smaller one though. This was a huge coyote. He was huge. I couldn't even see what I got to see of him before he ran off. Was a big. Oh, so I'm not worried they're going down there now? No. They're two. That's one. It's just one coyote. Now when they're in a pack, anyway. Okay. He drew up the marriage contract, and so he gave his daughter as bride to Tobias according to the ordinance of the law of Moses. After this, they began to eat and drink. Here they are back already. Raguel called his wife Edna and said, "My sister prepared a second room and take her there." She went and made the bed in this room, as he had ordered, and took her daughter to it. She wept over her, then wiped away her tears and said, "Courage, daughter. May the Lord of heaven turn your grief to joy. Courage, daughter." And she went out.
You lost it.
That was the end of 7. One thing about this whole thing is, there's 2 things. How does everyone... Tobias was concerned. So, well, what if Raguel won't give me his daughter, right? Raphael says, "Don't worry about it." Elsa doesn't say anything about Raphael here anymore, right? Yes? Somehow everybody seems to be prepared that Tobias and Sarah were supposed to be together. Everybody seems to know that somehow. Then why all these other husbands that had to die? Okay, all right. But it is as it is in here. And the other one, I can't remember now. What else came to mind here? I can't remember. Well, I guess that was the kind of... So that was my question. How did they all know? Well, they listened to, God. God, did they? I like this story very much, even though it has some odd happenings in here. 7 husbands. Those were also 7 sons. And they sounded like they were people that were also in their clan, their brothers, kinsmen. And they all died under odd circumstances. Okay, was it right after? Okay. I think we already know that some things are just put in here in these kind of ways that belief almost was forced to strengthen, right? It's as if these miracles or something, or these odd things, demons that have to happen, have to be there in order to, I don't know, scare the people into belief or this or that. And then, then there's the guidance of Raphael to Tobias, who says, "But I'm the only son of my parents. This girl, I'm sure the girl's fine, but something's not fine." Even if the girl is, said to be sweet and I don't know what, something's not right. It could be next, right? And Raphael says, "No, because I'm going to tell you and how you can fix that, right? What's going on around this girl." So it goes a little deeper, right? This is a simple way of teaching at that time, or now even, or in the New Testament, at the time of Jesus. How long has this been in circulation, really? Already 4,000 years ago? Probably not. Yes? And who wrote this? Did Tobit write all this down? Well, Tobit wasn't there, right? With Raguel. So it was Tobias and Azarias. So who wrote all this down exactly? Tobit. Let's see, what does it say in the beginning? Who wrote this down? We do have that overhead. The tail. I think that it's a tail. And it doesn't say who wrote it down. So it's considered a tale, right? A teaching, right? Yes. And I very much like it. There's a lot of stuff in here that, yes, and now at this time, we're much further in our studies when it comes to the heavenly realm and the earthly realm and how they work together, and the Creator, yes, our heavenly parent. And though this is just it's a tale, it's a story, it's a could be a more or less made up story. Yes, and yet there's a lot of good guidance in this story, right? Yes. I don't know if the fish and its organs really have that kind of power for healing. Yes. Don't know. I've never heard of that before, to be honest. I know a lot about herbs, and I know that there are herbs that, yes, dispel negativity. Yes, absolutely. And there are herbs to heal our eyes, I guess, if they haven't gone. Okay. Like I told about our horse Charlie, right? Yes. So, interesting. I saw an interesting one this morning, and for a moment that said, what? Ugh, why do people come up with stuff like that? It's not right. It's that was too simple. Where beware who you hate, because it could be someone you love, right? And it had, the rainbow flag kind of thing going there at the bottom. It's just a strip. It is kind of okay. I'm not that ignorant now. And I was amazed on how many people responded to it in the positive. And my immediate thought was, how selfish of you adults to put things out there like that, to then make people, for example, like me, are trying to guilt trip. Gaslighting? Is that what's called? Gaslighting? People like me who immediately think of the children that suffer under that type of selfishness. It's almost as if with something like that you would think, but that's in a right godly way. No, it's not. I don't think that not agreeing with practices and behavior of adults that are hurting our children, are steering our children in an absolutely wrong direction, where there is just suffering and pain at the end of the road. I'm not going to stand for that. No matter how good something like that, or how, it could be one of my own. That has nothing to do with that, in my opinion. And it saddens me very much when I see things like that, and people just thoughtlessly just agree with it. We got a long way to go. Yes. We haven't even, it seems like we've just taken a detour again in the last so many years, especially when it comes to the safety of children. It's just what it is. I want to go in every time I want to just go in and say, okay, and then I have to remind myself that, you see, I'm not wrong on a way that that I feel, yes, feel about it all, I still know where my limitations are when it comes to all that. Yeah? And that's why my loved ones don't have to fear that I hate them, would hate them for something where I have to say, whoa, your behavior is way out of line. Regardless, it's selfish, it's destructive, and gives other people, yes, one gives permission then to other people who don't have no line. There's no, it's all just about their own self and their own need, lust, and I don't know what. Yes? Mm-hmm. To then especially abuse children. Yes, in a realm that there should never, ever, a child should never be exposed to that. Oh, which brings me to something else too. No. I know where my line is when it isn't my Facebook page, for example, where I'd say I'll have to just scroll past it. There isn't the thing I could do, and that is someone's private space per se, and I have to acknowledge that. Yes. So, no, I know where my line is, and regardless, someone that I love in my family, this or that, will never have to worry about me hating them over a choice that they're making that I'm unhappy with, but I definitely will watch their behavior, yes, and will address that. That's not hating a person. That's guiding a person, teaching a person. That has been influenced by something, where are we getting here? Something real negative around them. So in a way, right, when it comes to Sarah and Tobias, yes, there may have been a lot of negativity around that girl. And as I said, not sure about the husband stuff. And Tobias knows now, through the guidance from Raguel, who's got the guidance from Heavenly Parent, on how to take care of that. That's kind of nice to see it that way, isn't it? Now, anyway. Oh, I saw something and it's kind of a it's kind of a creepy show in a way, but I wondered if I think that I would say that the majority of women who are in prison for one thing or another were sexually abused. As children, as wives, yes. Oh yeah, well, through the circumstances they were in, well, what does that matter? What? I feel like I'm constantly being told when I bring things like that up. Hi, Ivy. Good morning. She's fine. They already are all awake. Yes, no problem. Pardon? Huh? Oh, I'm great. Yes, I'm going to have all the grandchildren again. Yes. So, yep. Anyway, that's my neighbor. The dog, she's trying to get her not to bark, but I told her, just don't worry, let the dog do its thing. I'm feel like I'm constantly being told when I talk to people about these kind of things that men just are weak-minded animals. Animals don't do that kind of stuff to people or their own kind that men do to women and children. I'm sorry. Or women even do to children. I don't know an animal who does that. But men in particular, just they can't help themselves to be abusive in the realm of love. And as a woman, you're the one who has to be constantly vigilant, constantly careful, constantly guard around you. Seriously? Then what are men out there to women and children? Predators? They're just predators? And we're like bunnies running around trying to stay safe in our holes or something? Oh, here they come. Well, that's what I wanted to mention as well. So, how about it? Changes need to happen. So our world becomes more safe to have children, raise our children, and for them to live life on earth. God Almighty. Yeah. No, I told you. That's what we do. Not these other signs.
These
that
are cool.
You don't even know what that means.
Yes, it does.
There, here. Well, we'll go and look it up. You're going to be surprised. All these signs. That's a sign of love. This is a heart. Huh?
Wait, what about like this one?
That's a heart
Like
too.
this
How about that? one?
Do infinity. How do you do infinity? Is this a
Like
heart?
this? Or... Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
is infinity.
And
Like an
this?
infinity sign?
There,
This?
there. Okay.
This one's like
Well, that's it. We're all going to say goodbye.
Life
May-
goes. Infinity is life.
Yeah.
Why don't you
They
use
look
infinity?
like glasses too. How about that?
Infinity glasses.
Yeah. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, embrace you with love, and I guess we'll all be here again tomorrow.